Hey everybody, how we doing? Okay, so we've got all our bits and pieces that we need now. We've just been off to B&Q, just picked up some final bits. Excuse me, I'm a bit dry in the throat. So we got some bits and more pieces. We went through the last video of the electrical bits that we're going to do. So we're going to be bringing the power from the port there, which is on the berth. That's going to come into the boat then. It's then going to be split up then by the consumer unit. We're going to have a socket over in the cabin, in the forward berth, and we're going to have a socket set here in the actual galley as well. So that means in both areas we're going to have sockets where we can just plug straight into the shore power. That's good, so that's that sorted. Then we've also got the alternator to do, so I'm going to swap out the alternator. I'm also going to put on the new water pump, charge all the batteries, split the batteries up so that they're charging together, and yeah, that's quite a lot to get done. Yeah, the next couple of days.
A busy boy.
Yeah. But I'm doing the electrical bit first, so that at least then we can put the kettle on and have a brew and chill and that bit first. So yeah, so the bits and pieces, we got some more silicon sealants and silicon guns because I needed them. Because I'm going to have to drill a hole here in the cockpit. This is basically where I think the shore power is going to go in. I could put it further over there somewhere, I guess, into the side of the boat, but yeah, I think for ease it's just going to be better just to pop it in there. We're going to have a new shiny, look at them, nice and shiny. So they're going to match the light fittings, because Vicky's going to be doing the light fittings today, aren't you?
Yeah, light fitting.
So they're going to go from being a horrible, dully not chrome, it's
they're
brass,
a brass
it's
finish,
like
they're not
brass.
True brass.
So they're getting completed off and they're getting sanded down to be chrome, so they'll match the sockets. Got some extra cable just in case I needed it for wiring. A little hacksaw to hacksaw through the there, and a little box then for our little keepsakes. What we're putting in there, first aid kit.
It's all the first aid and life
kit in there.
Yeah, just the little bits.
So we'll put that in there, do we?
Let's have it by you.
Yeah. What else do we get? Oh yeah, of course, yeah. Pot noodles. Can't do anything without a pot noodle.
Spit in my drink.
Yeah, and then there's our shore power lead then. So that's going to come in, it's going to plug into the port up there, it's going to come all the way down along the boat, and then it's going to fit into this bad boy here then. Like so. Nice. So yeah, we're all good to go. It's just a question of doing it all now and putting it all in. So we'll put the video, we'll record it as we're doing it obviously, but I might speed it up a little bit because there's going to be a lot of head scratching I think going on.
And probably a bit of cussing.
And a bit of cussing and stuff, yeah. So I might even edit it and put a little bit of music over the background as well, just so, you know, you can't hear that. Yeah. But yeah, so that's our jobs today. So let's crack on and get started.
Let's get going, baby.
So that's the old one, the old alternator, swapping out. Oh, I say the old one, my new old one. Looking at this, look.
Oh.
That is connected to the starter motor, but I really don't like the fact that it's literally just taped in there. So we'll sort that right out now. We're not having that. Yeah.
Well, there is lots of tape.
Oh yeah, that's nice, yeah. And some rubber on it as well, yeah.
Lovely.
It's, yeah, it's fucking horrible. Let's get it off. There you go. Yeah, I mean, he's connected it up, but it's like, Jesus, you know what I mean? I just, yeah, fucking sorry, I can't. Freak me out now. We're doing it right, aren't we? So, right, wire snips. I've spent the whole of the day looking for tools. All day long looking for tools. Oh, apart from the last hour, maybe. What was we looking for the last hour? Would you like to tell the viewers?
The electric card that was put back in its place and has seemed to have disappeared.
The electric card has disappeared from where it was put, which means that I can't test my house electrics and finish that job off because we need to have the sockets working so that I can use the jigsaw to cut the holes out so I can mount the sockets, the wall sockets, into the side. Yeah. But I can't do that because my jigsaw, well, it needs power, and it can't really do that if it hasn't got power. So we're going to have to leave that job for the morning, aren't we, babe?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's that one. So we're going on to the engine side of things, and I probably won't be able to get this done either because I probably need to be able to put some charge in the battery, but I can't put any charge in the battery because we haven't got electric cars. Oh, I fucking love life. Get a boat, they said. You love it, they said. Isn't it, babe?
Mm.
Right, come on. Get this done. Get this done. I can try and hand crank her. I mean, I don't think she's going to like it much, but I can give it a go. That one. Look at this side here as well. They've cut this in. Look at that. It's fucking filthy. It's just dirt and crud in there on that connection. So we're going to have a nice shiny new connections, all nicely connected up. There's a nice fuse box, little box, connector box. I will go back round and get some waterproof tape on it. That was the one thing that we forgot to get earlier. Some waterproof tape. Come on, again. Come on. We got another blade for this knife, by the way. Because like there is pretty much nothing left on this blade now. It's all chipped. Is it just a normal blade? Is it or not?
Yeah, it should be.
Yeah. Yeah, if you look at that now, I can chew the hell out of that.
Holy. Okay.
Yeah, I need it for wiring and things. So I have got one of those, but it's a bit, yeah. I've been using the old-fashioned way. Right, let's get this one done. Let's connect these up. Well, back up again, what? So, what a day that was. We thought it was going to be quite an easy couple of days that we were going to have there. And it turned out to be anything but. Everything that could go wrong went wrong. We got the bits and pieces we needed. We got to work on it, and then we had issues with finishing the job off because of the electricity supply. Then it was a case of the next morning. We realised then that I was going to have to cut holes into the wood to be able to fit our sockets, our socket sets, plug sockets. I thought, all right, we need a jigsaw, so I ordered a jigsaw. We went and picked the jigsaw up, brought it back again. Thought, yeah, we'll crack on with that. Next day, open the jigsaw box up, get all the bits ready, all sorted. I've marked up what I've got to cut and everything. No battery. So I look at the packaging. They sold me a jigsaw without a battery on it. I mean, hello. The minimum requirement for a fucking jigsaw is power to work. So I had a cordless jigsaw with no battery. So I'll go online, I think, oh, I'll have to buy a battery then, won't I? So I'll go online and I find the batteries, 80 odd quid for the battery. And I was like, right, okay, that's a bit of a hit, but I can take that. And then as it turns out, it's not just a case of plug a little adapter into it to charge the battery. No, you got to buy a unit to charge the battery as well. Which was, I was like, what's going on? So no, right, so we drilled the holes in the end, and did the best we could. Right, okay. So what we have done is, we have now got our shore supply coming in. This is our shore power, it's plugged in there. I've just got to find the cap for that to cover it, to make it waterproof. We've got the shore power comes into here. This is our consumer unit. In the consumer unit, you've got your lines coming in, your lines coming out. So these are all fused now, so that's all protected. So if something goes wrong, it'll trip the switch. We've got two leads that come out. We've got one line that goes right around that side of the boat, all the way around you there, and it runs around the back. This one runs under the seating area. Yeah. And it goes into this socket here. So we have now got an electric socket there. Then it was like, right, well, where are we going to put the other one? Because we were thinking about, do we put it in the berth, in the forward? And I'm like, you're going to have to dig it, cut it open. So we came up with this really ingenious idea, which was to pop it under our chart table. So under here is like a builder's yard. You should have seen it. It was a complete pigsty at one point.
Yeah, you couldn't move yesterday.
We were fighting, weren't we, all day long with bits and pieces. I have to go to the other side now, so we have to clear all that side over and move all that over. Now I need to get back to that side again and move all that back over again. Now I need to do both sides, do it all in it. Oh yeah, it was fun and games. Chart table. So underneath our chart table, under our little leg there, we've got another little socket. How cool is that? Ta-da! Now don't worry about scratching on the wood, it does look like shit, but we are going to be sanding it all down and finishing it anyway, because we want it lighter in here. So yeah, we've got another power socket in there then, which we will swap out at some point for USB ones as well. Have USB charging plugs, because yeah, somebody decided that they were going to come to the boat for the week, for the couple of days, and forget to bring a phone charger. That was me. Right, so yeah, so you notice there then that there is a plug socket going into there. Can the viewers see that?
Yep.
Yeah, there's our little plug socket there, and there's a plug in that already. Now that plug is wired all the way through underneath here, all the way underneath, and it comes out in here. So this is our trickle charging unit. Okay, so what happens is the power from the shore power is going into the trickle charger. The trickle charger is then converting that to a DC, and then that is then running over into the batteries. Mm-hmm. Yes, right. So with the batteries, what we were going to do was try and split them, so that I had one house bank and one starter motor battery, engine battery. The problem I have is that I can't for the life of me work out the wiring on it. Now, I don't know if I said this before in other videos, but this was an engine that was dumped in here and wired in by an old guy that gave me the boat, and a couple of friends of his, I think, that they've just kind of mix-mashed it just to get it all up and running again, I think. So I'm having difficulties tracing wires, because wires are changing colours halfway through, and I'm thinking, where the hell is, that's not even in the manual, that colour. Yeah, so I've got to sort the wiring out, but for now what I've done is I've wired the two batteries up together parallel, so they're both, it acts now like as one great big battery. So I've got 2 batteries running as one great big battery rather than just one single one. But it's only really so I can keep charging them both up, keep charging them both for now until I work out the wiring. So that's going to be the next job for me. I'm not going to do that today, I don't think. I really just don't have the energy or the inclination. But yeah, I've got to start tracing wires back and work out what's going to the starter motor and what's not, because the starter motor one goes into the fuse box on the engine, and yeah, okay. Yeah, so that's the next job. So what else did we get done? We've done the ports. We got the shore power installed now, which is really good. That was one thing that we really wanted to get done. Engine wise, new shiny alternator. New shiny alternator. Now there's a little bit of give on that belt there, I'm noticing. There's a little bit, maybe a little bit of slippage. But that looks like it's the farthest it can go up. I don't think I can move that any further up. But maybe it's meant to just be a little bit loose, you know. But I just kind of think it's going to rub on that one there below it. So the one below it here is the water pump. So we've got a water pump. We've got our starter motor. So we're all good to go. And we've tested it. And the water is pumping out the back, so that's good. Yeah, and I checked it earlier, and the alternator was pushing charge out as well. So fingers crossed, that's all well. We are going to give her a little sea trial around the bay, just purely because I want to check this, because I noticed it's quite close to that pulley there, and I just kind of wonder, is that going to start chafing on it maybe, or, you know?
Yeah.
I would have thought it would have some sort of a protector on it maybe. I mean, you can't though, because what I wanted to do was try and step this out a bit. Oh, I could. Maybe I could. It's got to go that thickness though, hasn't it? And that's quite a lot of thickness lost for it to stick out quite a bit.
The only way to do it is get a bigger bolt, a longer bolt.
Yes. Yeah, I could do that and wash her up with washers. We'll give her a test in the bay and see how she goes anyway. If we'll have a little pot down the bottom. We'll put something down the bottom down here, just so that if any rubber is chafing off that, it'll drop down into there and we'll be able to see that it's rubbing. Yeah. And we'll be constantly looking in and out on it anyway and checking it. Yeah. Worst comes to worst, we lose a belt. I've got plenty of fucking belts around the boat. We've got loads of them. Right, so yeah, we got the water pump sorted, we've got the alternator sorted, and that was all fun and games, wasn't it? So it was a bit of a struggle fight with that one.
It's a heavy bit of kit working in a very tight space to put the leads into it.
That was it, yeah. It was wiring it all up, the leads and everything else. But I've changed all the lead heads, so they've all got nice shiny connections, so they're all good to go, all waterproofed up as well. It does want a bit of a clean, that engine. I mean, look at the state of it. It is looking a bit rusty on the top there. So it does want to brush down and maybe a paint over, but I'll worry about that another day. Yeah, so got the shore power. Done that. So then what we had to do was just to check it over, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's take the folks outside. Because the other thing that we tried to do was the lights. That's worth pointing out.
Yeah.
So we decided that we were going to take these off, spray them a different colour, change the colour on them just to brighten them up, because it's going to all end up being kind of like a light colour and chromes instead of all these horrible brassy colours. We're going to have like
chrome and cream.
Yeah. But the problem was we put the LED bulbs in, right? Now, anybody in YouTube land who can help us with this one, they're the bulbs now. They're meant to be the direct replacements for those, right? For those bulbs. The bulbs that go in there are meant to be direct. These are meant to be LED direct replacements. Now, when I put these in, or when you put them in, it shorted out and blew the fuse in my cabin lights. You
thought it was my wiring.
Well, let's be fair. Let's be fair. You were the last person to touch the lights, and before that they worked. So I mean, I'm not throwing aspersions. Yeah. I'm just saying, in my mind, you were the last person to touch the lights. Yeah. There we go.
But it was the bulbs.
But it was the bulbs.
Not me.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was these little buggers. So I took them all out. Tried the bulbs, swapped the bulbs over, and did it with all of them to see if it was maybe just one bulb that was gone. And it wasn't. It's actually these bulbs. It just doesn't. She doesn't like these bulbs. She keeps spitting it out and blowing my fuses. I've got one bloody fuse left now. I've got to buy a new pack because I've had to change replace all the fuses. Yeah. So LEDs. So it may just be a case that we just have to swap the whole light systems out, which isn't a problem anyway because the wiring's there. It's just trying to work out why it was shorting out, why it didn't like it. But there again, I bought them off Amazon. Make of that what you will. Yes, so we didn't do the lights, finish the light systems off. So yeah, what else do we, outside. I tell you what, if we go outside, you can a bit get out here. Or you don't need to really get out here. You can just kind of like...
I can go.
Yeah, you can film my house when I'm getting out here.
Why not?
So, what else we done? So Vicky did all this netting all around here. So we've got netting now that runs right around the boat, and it really looks good. We'll drop a couple of photos in, people see that. Yeah, but it does set it off now. It looks really, really nice, doesn't it?
It does. When you look up to it, like walk up to her, she does look.
Yeah.
She's just pretty.
Yeah. Now, one thing as well from my previous videos was that when we spoke about the alternator, was the wiring. I didn't think it was wired right, did I? Do you remember me saying?
Yeah.
Because what would happen was we had this horrible beep that would come along, right, for the charging light to let us know that the alternator wasn't working, and I couldn't for the life of me work out why, right? And when I got the boat, John said to me, he said, look, he says, there is a problem with the alternator. I was like, right, okay. So I swapped the alternator, I put a new alternator in, right? Same connections, everything. And it was a case of like, it was still doing the same. Even when the alternator was telling me it was charging, I was still getting that horrible buzzing noise. It got to the point that I actually disconnected the buzzer off the alarm panel because I was sick of it. And it was like, it wasn't just when we started, it was like when we were underway. So when we were throttled up and powering on, it would still be going. So I just disconnected it and was just like, I'll worry about that later. I know that there's charge going into the battery. Anyway, there I was yesterday, and I was going through my manual and working everything out, and I'd done all the wiring and stuff, and I'd spent a couple of nights at home, hadn't I, when I was sat around the table trying to work out all the wiring and colouring everything, so a lot of different colours and stuff with pens and things. And I thought, hang on a minute, there's a red and white wire that's meant to be connected, actually not where it's connected, where it was connected on the old one. I was thinking, it's got to be that, because that says it goes to the buzzer. And I thought, it's got to be the warning now, it's got to be it. So I looked at the connector, and I was like, well, that's not the right connector for it anyway then, because it needs to go inside, and there's a couple of little pins on the inside where it pins into. So I chopped it off and redone it and put a new pin on it. So I put a female pin on it so I could actually slot it into one of the pins. So I slotted it into the first pin, tried to start it, still going. It wasn't working. Right, okay. No, it wouldn't start, would it? She wouldn't start.
She wouldn't tick over.
She wouldn't tick over at all. She wasn't ticking over at all. And it was like, what's going on there? And I had the starter motor. The starter motor was going and just wouldn't hold the tick over whatsoever. It would just go flat straight, it would just die straight away. So I was looking at the connectors again. So I swapped the place where the connector was on the alternator, because I thought, well, it's got to only be that, because that's the only thing that I've done is change that wire. So I moved it to the pin above it and then tried it. And it was like, wow. So what happens now, right, which is quite cool, is that I'm going to have to hold this in because I've just pushed it all the way back out again with my fat fingers. So what happens is you're going to hear this now. This is what it sounded like.
Oh.
Now you imagine that when you're out there on the bay trying to cruise around and trying to enjoy the sunshine and whatnot. It was really annoying really quick. So I popped the panel out, disconnected it, reconnected it again, right? Changed the wire like I said on the alternator and tried it again.
Bloopers reel.
Come on, girl.
You got no lights. Oh, April.